Educators, do you ever find yourself in the classroom feeling frustrated, maybe at a situation or a particular student? Or do you ever find yourself feeling anxious or having ruminative thoughts about something that is happening either at work or in life outside of work? I'm Caroline Poland from Poland and Associates Consulting, and today I'm going to talk about some strategies that you can use to regulate yourself as an educator and to help to widen that window of tolerance. And the reason that this is important is because it protects you against compassion fatigue and burnout and secondary traumatic stress, so it keeps you healthier, but it also allows you to be in the healthiest place to give safety and connection and emotional regulation, which are all important pillars of a trauma-informed classroom. So I think one of the very difficult things about trying to regulate yourself while you're in the classroom is that you are around students and they can see you. And so these are just some subtle little things that you can do to help to bring yourself back to the present moment, ground yourself, and help to regulate your nervous system just a little bit while you're in the classroom. So one helpful strategy is that of orienting yourself. So with that, you're just going to look from side to side. You can do this like you're scanning your students, back and forth. And you're just bringing yourself to this present moment, taking nice deep inhales and exhales. And as you do this, try to recognize what feels safe or steady or secure to you. Is that an individual person? Is that a picture that you have hanging up in your room? Is that a specific color or texture? But what feels safe and steady and secure to you? So looking back and forth and orienting yourself. And another strategy that you can use is slow tapping. So again, we do not want this to be fast, but take your hands like this and just slowly tap back and forth. If you're sitting at your desk, this is something that's easy to hide. If you're standing in front of a classroom, you could just drop your hands down and do that slowly. Students aren't going to notice. You could do a slow tap like this, or even just rock slowly side to side a little bit, putting more of your weight on one foot or the other. Another strategy that you can use is just to make sure that you have an open body posture. So the more that we open up through our chest, the more oxygen can get in with each breath, and that will help to counter some of those stress hormones that your body's producing if you go into that fight, flight, freeze response. So something as simple as just rolling your shoulders back. Imagine your shoulder blades sliding down your back. Just doing something as simple as that, putting your hands on your side, putting your hands on your lower back. That will open you up and allow your breath to work for you in the best way possible. And if you're sitting, you could just sit with your palms up on your hands, just like this. Take a nice deep inhale and a slow exhale. And regardless of which pose you choose to do, focus on your feet on the ground as well. If you're standing, you could rock slowly back and forth. Sometimes rocking back and just kind of leaning back a little bit will regulate you and kind of get you out of that, especially that fight or flight response, and just kind of settle your body. So opening up your body posture will also be helpful in regulating your nervous system. You can also just try basic movements around your classroom, walking up and down the aisles or side to side, just to get your body moving, especially if you're starting to go into some of the brain fog, disconnection, maybe shame or hopelessness, helplessness spirals that we can get into. Moving will help to kind of bring you back up into that window of tolerance just a little bit, and will allow your body to regulate and get moving a little bit more. While you're standing in front of students as well, you can try to do the body scan. With a body scan, we just start at the top of our head and scan slowly down through our body. And we're being that very curious observer and noticer. What feels tight? What feels relaxed? Can we focus on that part of our body that feels safe or relaxed or secure and start to widen that? See if you can imagine that spreading a little bit more to create more safety than you could before. That body scan will also allow you to recognize what's triggering you right now. Is it a perception of danger or a threat, or are you actually in danger? Are you actually in a threat? So being that curious observer and noticer will be really important in understanding why your body is responding in the way that it is. What's the story that you're telling yourself? What's activating you? And doing the body scan and taking that moment to be intentional and getting present in our body allows us to gain awareness of what we're actually responding to and what we can do about it. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Poland and Associates, and my website polandandassociates.com, and make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on future videos.